Welcome back. Ordinarily, the name Uncle Sam may resonate as a foreign character of some sort, but here in Nigeria, we have our own Uncle Sam, a doyen of journalism and publisher of Vanguard newspapers. Today, his friends, colleagues, and family members converged on Lagos to celebrate him as he turns 80. In doing that, a lecture was held in his honor, as well as a book launch. Our correspondent, Olu Phillips, brings us more.
Looking closely in this room, you will find an array of distinguished media icons and professionals who have come to celebrate one of their own. Mr. Sam Amuka, the publisher of Vanguard newspapers, or Uncle Sam, as many know him, is 80. And to celebrate him, especially his immense contribution to journalism in Nigeria, this public lecture is holding in his honor.
It's been everything possible that one can be. Reporter, features writer, features editor, columnist, editor, but above all, we celebrate him for his humaneness, for his simplicity, for his accessibility. He is everybody's uncle.
For many of his colleagues, Uncle Sam is an astute professional, a thoroughbred amongst many accolades. So for what he stands for, this lecture has been designed to find a bridge and blend between traditional media and the new media, with emphasis on retaining the tenets of good journalism.
It calls on editors and reporters to transform from simply reporting the news to being analysts of the news and interpreters of the news. This new breed of journalists must be a jack of all trades and a master of all. Nigerian newspapers must therefore adapt to the internet or face the dangers of imminent death.
Another leg of the event is the public launch of a book titled Voices from Within, an essay on Nigeria journalism, which is also in its honor.
Fine printing.
It is therefore no surprise to see the caliber of personalities that identified with the book, which was edited by Larry Dowu.
I've heard a lot. We are not surprised. We'll go back. I'll go back and tell you, Olu, his son has done well as we expected.
The banters and catching up continued afterwards, plus more comments.
Uncle Sam is a diva of the journalism profession. You know, I remember even then at the NT, I was a broadcast journalist, but we looked up to somebody like Uncle Sam. Uncle Sam is disciplined. He's a man of integrity. He has maintained standards. He has upped the ante and has set standards for every young media practitioner.
I'm grateful that people appreciate what I've been doing. I thank God. I give God the glory. Because what I've heard, what people say, money can't buy, so I'm glad.
The key takeaway is the call to reinvigorate the practice of journalism in the face of thriving online broadcasts. Only then is there the assurance that journalism will not extinct as people like Uncle Sam begin to give way for younger professionals. Olu Phillips, Channels Television News.
Happy 80 years, Uncle Sam. Well, Business News is up next with Imana Amawe.
First Bank. You first.
Welcome to Business News. Bittersweet earnings for the first half and second quarter of 2015 continue to pour in as macroeconomic challenges take toll on companies. Nestle Nigeria's revenue was down by 1.9% year-on-year to 65.92 billion naira, largely due to the 18% contraction recorded in the first quarter of 2015. Profit after tax dipped 24.91% year-on-year, and gross profit and profits before tax also fell. The results for the second quarter, April to June 2015, however, posted strong recovery. Meanwhile, Skybank's first half pre-tax profit shows a 47.4% climb to 10.71 billion naira. The mid-tier lender's profit after tax posted an 18% increase year-on-year. Gross earnings climbed 33.4% to 85.2 billion naira during the 6-month period to June 30. On the other hand, All Major Mobile reported a 25% year-on-year revenue decline in first half 2015 as PMS supply disruption continues to weigh on sales. On a quarter-on-quarter basis, revenue was down 7% as slowdown in product importation, distribution and subsidy dragged sales. And an eco-industrial park master plan has been unveiled for intensive diversification means into the energy and agriculture sector in Bayelsa State. At the two-day 2015 Bayelsa Investment Forum, which opened today in Yenagoa, the state capital, investors were given a glimpse of what to expect from investment opportunities that abound in the state. Correspondent Temple Ashaju reports.
The Bayelsa Investment and Economic Forum is an annual event aimed at improving the state's economic fortunes. The event, which had domestic and international investors and attendants, showcased the various investment opportunities available in the oil-rich province. The state governor, Mr. Dickson, explains why Bayelsa is a viable investment haven.
Let it be clearly known that Bayelsa is where all serious and discerning investors in power sector need to be. Because this is a state of oil and oil and oil. This is a state of gas and gas and gas everywhere. Very fertile land, very fertile soil, great vegetation, great climate. And we want to be like countries like Malaysia.
Representing Vice President Yemi Osinbajo at the event, Mr. Adekwaye talks about the support of the federal government in the state's economic project with emphasis on boosting internally generated revenue.
His Excellency President Muhammadu Buhari took it as a matter of priority to assist all states towards the stabilization of their local economies, management of their debt profile, and ensuring relief for government employees who had remained unpaid for a few months in some of the states.
The forum also features the presentation of the state's Eco-Industrial Park Master Plan with an address on investor-community relations strategies.
It's a symbiosis of uses. We are going to zero the waste. We are going to make sure that all synergies are leveraged. So I'm unveiling to you the Barantori Eco-Industrial Park in Bayelsa State.
Take interest in these communities, understand their organic purposes, make sure you get involved in what sometimes they call cultural diplomacy, understand the cultural systematicity of these communities and integrate yourself.
With institutional and retail investors attending the two-day event, the Bayelsa State government is looking forward to a better public-private partnership in its energy and agriculture sectors. Temple Ashaju, Channels Television News.
Still on investments, but this time other local bourse selling pressure continued today at the stock market as equities suffered losses for the 7th consecutive session. Christy Cole has more.
.25%. That's how much the Nigerian equities market lost today, bringing the all-share index down to 30,436.18 points. Guinness is further down 1.73%, shedding 2 naira 32 kobo. Now it is the third time Guinness will appear on the losers chart this week alone. UACN lost 3.61% after shedding 1 naira and 50 kobo, while Nigeria Brewers shed 0.81% of its share price after having sold at 121 naira. 7-Up leads Thursday's gainers with a 4.40% share price appreciation at 190 naira. WAPCO follows next with 4.13% appreciation after having sold at 103 naira and 9 kobo, while Forte Oil gained 3 naira and 50 kobo, which is a 1.90% rise in its price. Nigeria Brewers, UBA and Guarantee Trust Bank at the volume shockers this session. Investors exchanged 21.6 million units of Nigerian Brewers. 18 million units of UBA shares were traded, while 11 million shares of Guarantee Trust Bank were exchanged. By the close of trading, 154 million shares had been exchanged for 4.2 billion naira in 3,154 deals. And that's the stock markets report. I am Christy Cole.
Thank you, Christy Cole. That's it on Business News. I'm Imana Amawe. Amarachi will be back with the rest of the news at 10.
First Bank. You first.
Civil servants in Anambra State will now have cause to smile and work harder. That's because the state's governor, Willie Obiano, has promised to increase their salaries by 16%. At the 2015 Public Service Day, Governor Obiano praised the civil servants for their contribution to the state's internally generated revenue. He assured them of continued regular payment of salaries, but said he expects dedication to duty at all times.
Governor Willie Obiano arrives at the Udoji Secretariat Awka, the Anambra State capital, amidst cheers by civil servants. The occasion is the Public Service Day, celebrated by workers from the various ministries, parastatals and agencies across the state. Commending the workers for contributing to the success of his administration, Governor Obiano promises to increase their salaries and also address other challenges.
It's an opportunity to remind the civil servants of the promise I made them a year ago when my IGR was just under 500 million a month. I told them that if I move the IGR significantly, that I will visit their welfare challenges. My IGR now is 1.1 billion a month. I have increased the salaries of workers 16%. And I paid all their leave allowances as a window.
The higher pay, which is a direct result of an increase in the state's internally generated revenue, has brought smiles to the faces of the workers who could not hide their joy.
Since the inception of the state, he is the best. Let him continue gradually in this formation. As we adjust, we will not improve more. Let him continue with the best he's going now.
Governor Willie Obiano has actually shown great disposition. Has shown a lot of large-heartedness as far as the issue of the relationship. But it has been very cordial, and it is our prayer that that cordiality continues to blossom, so that each of us continue to reap this full benefit.
Merit certificates and awards were also given to deserving workers. The salary increase comes at a time when many states face a difficult task of paying their workers. Anambra State says it's more than ready to meet up with its responsibilities to workers by paying their salaries when due.
Next on the news at 10, Chinazom Amadi upsets Commonwealth champion Esa Brume to win the women's long jump title at the All Nigeria Athletics Championship in Warri, Delta State. We'll have details in sports news. Please join us again.